Hello everyone and welcome to my basics of Adobe Photoshop course, and this is class number 1 about Photoshop's user interface. So once you open Photoshop for the first time, you will see something like that. So don't freak out. I know some people freaks out because they're like, when they see the software like this, they're like freaks out. So it's just the software, you don't bite it. Okay, here you can see the left hand side. So this is called your toolbar. Okay, in the toolbar you will get all the tools you need to work. So you can see there are like so many tools, and they are not actually one tool in one box. Okay, there are several of them. Like if you click and hold, then you will get more tools pop up in one section. So as you can see, these two, there are like 4 other tools, like total 5 tools right here. Okay, and you have to work with them. Let me talk about the tools and what they're called, the name of the tools. And if you hover over the tool, to go and just hover over the tool, you'll see a little short video clip. If you are using like Photoshop 2020 or Photoshop 2019, you will get these small clips, and they tell you what each tool does. Okay, and they even tell you the name of the tool, the shortcuts. So this is move tool, and as you can see, it moves stuff. In the video you can see it's moving stuff, so the job is to move. The shortcut is B. Underneath the move tool, you can see it's called the rectangular mercury tool. There are like more other tools with it, but when I talk about the rectangular mercury tool, it's actually known as the selection tool. This one is also a selection tool, this one is also a selection tool, but the most common is this one. So these 3 are selection tools, but it starts with the rectangular mercury tool. So it selects an area of the image or area of something you want to do, and the shortcut is M. Remember that. And underneath the selection tool or the rectangular mercury tool, you'll see it's called a lasso tool. So lasso tool's job is to like customly select the area. You can use your tablet or your mouse to say what area I want to use, or I want to select something like that. So this is called quick selection tool. So if you want to separate or select an object in a particular picture, so what you do is just click and drag over the object, and it will just, I think, select it. I mean, it does a fine job, but not good job. It does fine, but not good. And this is your crop tool, you crop image with it. So you guys may know what is cropping. So this is just the crop tool, and it crops images, and the shortcut is C. This is your frame tool. You draw a frame, you drag a picture, and the picture will just fit in the frame. So this is your eyedropper tool. In the image you want to find the color you want, you just click it, go to the color and click, it will catch the color. Okay, next, this is the spot healing brush tool, and the shortcut is J. So this thing removes marks on your photos or something, or you don't want something in your photo look not just like how you want it, and you can remove that stuff, no problems there. And underneath the spot healing brush tool, we have the brush tool. So this is a brush tool, and what this tool does is like paints, like it's a paint brush. That's it, like in the Microsoft Paint, and it paints stuff. That's it, it's just a brush, and what a brush does, it paints, nothing else. And the shortcut for the brush tool is B. As you can see, shortcut is B. This is clone stamp tool, shortcut is S. Clone stamp tool, shortcut is S. So what this thing does is, in the video you can see it's just cloning the flowers. So you can clone stuff with this tool. Underneath, this is your history brush tool, and the shortcut is Y. So if you remove something and you want to get it back, you can do it with the history brush tool. So it brings over your history. That's it, it brings over your history underneath. So this is your eraser tool, mostly important, and the shortcut is E. Shortcut is E. Eraser tool, shortcut is E. So this tool erases stuff. That's it, its job is to erase it from the existence. That's it. Next, it's the gradient tool. So the gradient tool does, you pick 2 colors or 3 or 4, doesn't matter. So if you pick 2 colors, the color A and color B, what this does in a particular range, it shifts the color A to color B. As you can see, if you go to the color panel right here, like if you say this is color A white and this is color B red, so it's gonna, and this is the range of it, so this is the range, and it's gonna shift from A, from this white to this red. This is A to B color shift. Okay, got it. Now this is called the blur tool. So what this tool does, it's just blurs stuff. It's like blurs everything. Underneath, this is called the dodge tool. The shortcut is O, as you can see, So torch tool makes some things brighter, that's dark, that's it. It makes things brighter. And the pen tool is the most interesting and the most useful tool in Photoshop. The pen tool is the most used and the most important tool in Photoshop. So the shortcut is P. Always remember that the shortcut is P. Always remember this is an important tool, so it's gonna have a separate class for just this tool alone. Okay, and this is called the text tool. The text tool, it's help you to type something in the photo or in your projects. It's text tool. The shortcut is T. Remember the shortcuts, it's T. So this one is not that important. This is like cat selection tool. As you can see, it selects a certain area. The shortcut is A. And this is another important tool. The second most important is the rectangle tool. If you click and hold, you'll see there are more tools like that. Rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool. So this rectangle tool, what it does, it just makes rectangles. As you can see, it just makes rectangles. That's it. It has so many uses, so many uses that you can't even imagine. So this just makes a rectangle, round rectangle, circle, polygon, line tool. That's all. Like the line tool is not that important, but other fours are like super important. Next to the pen tool is important. So this is hand tool. Shortcut is H or space. Space is the most important. Forget the H. Forget the H. Space. Always use space to use the hand tool. The hand tool, what it does, if you zoom an image and use the space, you can click on the image and drag it, so you can move the image around. This is a magnifying tool. It's just magnifies stuff. The zoom tool zooms on to something. So the shortcut for the zoom tool is Alt. Use Alt, don't use Z. It's Alt. Remember that, Alt. Last but not the least, and last but not the least is your color palettes. It's your color picker. You just pick color, the foreground color. As you can see, this is the foreground color picker, and this is the background color picker. So if you have like selected this color, it will be like a foreground color is red and the background is white. You will understand what I'm saying. Foreground, background. If you stick to this course, you will get it. What is the foreground and how to set the foreground, how to set the background, something like that. The toolbar is, I think you guys understood the toolbar. If you go on top, you'll see file, edit, image layer, type, select, filter, 3D, etc, like that. In the file section, you will get your new composition or new. As you can see, there is nothing here. If I click on new and create, there's something here, something like that. And this is open. You can open stuff from your local disk, browsing bridge. So this is a file manager from Adobe. We don't use that. We use Windows Explorer. That's enough, I think. There's some more options. There is save as, save option, control S, simple shortcuts. Now edits like option for fill the background, fill stroke, something like that, search, copy, paste. These options are in edits. More often we use like shortcuts rather than using them, so shortcuts are more easier. And important things are like your keyword shortcuts. If you want to change in shortcuts, you can change shortcuts from here. There's your image panel, very useful when you edit some images or you touch some images, something like that. You can change your resolution, you can change the color tone. The layer is an important thing in Photoshop. You have to understand what layers do, how they go on top of each other, and how you can arrange them. That's very important, arranging your layers, because if you don't want everything to be messy, you want to find everything. So it's important. There will be a dedicated class about layers, so stick around. Now you see types are important. Is like select. There's like some selecting options right here, but we will use 2 or 3 options here, but most of the time you're gonna use these 3 tools right here. Okay, most of the time. And there's your filter. You can see the blur of blurs, noise, isolate, render, and sharpen, stylus, or something like some effects that you can use to like. These are not like that interesting effects. This makes edits looks like you did it on your phone or something, so it's not important. And 3D view window, that's just typical stuff. In view, it's like zoom in, zoom out stuff, full screen stuff. Window, the window panel is the panel which is in the right hand side of the screen. As you can see, the right hand side of the screen, this is the window panel. Okay, so the panel you click on here will appear in here. Okay, the window panel. So this is what we call window panel. In window panel, you click in window, the window comes right here in this section. Okay, so this color, this is a window, and this properties, this is a window. Depends on the work you are doing and what window you need. So if I am like coloring some stuff, coloring a character, coloring a logo, then I want this color window, and I just gradient some stuff. I saved some of my gradients. You can see you can save gradients and so come here. So something like that. So this is how your window works. This is your layer window, and this is your important window. You have to understand these tools very well. So these tools are going to help you understand and create something in Photoshop. The most important tool, that is move tools, rectangular tools, know that it can help. The move tools, rectangular tools, and the brush tool, remember the shortcuts, always remember the shortcuts, and the eraser tool, remember the shortcut. Text tool, most important is the pen tool and the rectangle tool. So these tools are the most important ones, okay? And always remember the shortcuts. So this class is almost ending, and I have a job for you guys. As you can see, there are more than 2 or 3 tools right here, and I haven't talked about all. I haven't tell you guys all of the names. So what you guys are gonna do, you guys are gonna write these names like in Google Docs or in notes. Like you can write them in your pen and paper. So write it down, all of them, not one, all of them. Like this thing has 3, so you could write it down 3 of them, and with the shortcuts. Okay, what you can do is you can go in the desktop and open a new document. You can type in shortcut, some space or tab. The space will do it, or one tab, and then nice, and the tool, sorry, tool, enter, go under the line, and just type in the shortcut. Like the shortcut is free, then the tool name, and take a screenshot, take a video, whatever you want to do, and just post it in the project. Okay, so it's your homework. You have to do homework to learn stuff. Okay, so see you guys in the next class. I'm Johnny. Have a good day. Bye.